Imagine this. You're sitting in a lecture hall at Harvard University. The air is buzzing with ambition. The person next to you just aced a test that 90% of people would fail. Across the room, someone's scribbling notes so fast it looks like their pen's on fire. These aren't just students, they're the elite, the best of the best. And here's the secret. It's not just raw talent that got them there, it's habits. Today, I'm going to reveal the 4 study habits that Harvard's top students swear by. Habits you can steal right now to level up your own game. Stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll feel like you've hacked the Ivy League. Let's dive in. Let's start with habit. They master the art of focus. Picture this. It's 11 p.m., the library's quiet, and a Harvard student named Sarah is deep into a 300-page textbook. Her phone, buried in her bag, notifications, off, distractions, non-existent. Meanwhile, most of us are scrolling Instagram telling ourselves we'll study in 5 minutes. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. Harvard students don't just hope to focus. They force it. Research backs this up. A study from the University of California found that it takes an average of 23 minutes to regain focus after a distraction. 23 minutes. That's half an episode of your favorite show wasted every time you check a text. Harvard's top students know this, so they use a trick called the Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes of intense focus, followed by a 5-minute break. No exceptions. Try this. Next time you sit down to study, set a timer for 25 minutes. Hide your phone, yes, and hide it. And commit to just one task. You'll be shocked at how much you get done. Focus isn't magic. It's a muscle. And the elite, they've been training it for years. Moving on to habit. They ask why before how. Let me paint a picture. Meet James, a Harvard sophomore majoring in neuroscience. He's not just memorizing brain functions for the test. He's obsessed with why. The brain works the way it does. Why do we forget? Why do emotions hijack our decisions? He's not cramming facts, he's chasing understanding. Here's the difference. Most students ask, how do I pass this class? Harvard's best ask, why does this matter? That shift changes everything. When you know the why, the how becomes easier. It's like building a house. You don't slap bricks together without a blueprint. The why is your blueprint. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're studying history. Don't just memorize dates. Ask why the American Revolution happened. What drove people to risk everything? Suddenly those dates aren't random, they're a story. And stories stick. So next time you crack open a textbook, pause. Ask yourself, why am I learning this? Write it down. It could be to ace this test, to get my dream job, or even to prove I can. That why will carry you further than any all-nighter ever will. They study smarter, not harder. Let's bust a myth right now. Harvard students aren't locked in their dorms studying 24/7. They're not superhuman. They just know how to hack their brains. Take Emily, a senior at Harvard Law. She doesn't reread her notes 10 times or pull all-nighters. Instead, she uses something called active recall. Here's how it works. Instead of passively rereading or highlighting, which, by the way, studies show is almost useless, she closes her book and tests herself. What's the definition of this term? What are the 3 main causes of that event? She forces her brain to retrieve the info. Why? Because science says retrieval strengthens memory way more than repetition. A study from Purdue University found that students who used active recall scored 50% higher on tests than those who just reviewed notes. 50%. That's the difference between a C and an A. Want to try it? After your next study session, close your book. Grab a blank sheet of paper and write down everything you remember. No peeking. It'll feel hard, maybe even frustrating, but that's the point. Struggle is where the growth happens. Harvard students don't waste time looking busy. They make every minute count. They build a system, not a sprint. Let's meet Alex, a Harvard grad who now works at NASA. Back in school, he didn't cram the night before finals. Why? Because he had a system. Every Sunday, Alex spent 30 minutes planning his week, breaking down assignments, scheduling study blocks, even penciling in downtime. By the time exams rolled around, he was calm while everyone else was panicking. Here's the truth. Success isn't about heroic, last-minute efforts. It's about consistency. Harvard students don't rely on willpower. They build routines so strong they don't need willpower. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't debate it, you just do it. A study from Duke University found that 45% of our daily actions are habits, not decisions. That means nearly half your day is on autopilot. The elite? They hack that autopilot. They turn studying into a habit, not a chore. How do you start? Simple. Pick one small routine, like studying for 20 minutes every morning, and stick to it for a week. Use a calendar, set reminders, whatever works. Once it's locked in, add more. Before you know it, you've got a system that runs itself. That's the Harvard way. Steady wins the race. So let's recap. Habit 1. Master the art of focus. Cut distractions and train your brain like a muscle. Habit 2. Ask why before how. Find your purpose and watch the details fall into place. Habit 3. Study smarter, not harder. Use active recall to make info stick. And habit 4. Build a system, not a sprint. Turn chaos into consistency. These aren't just habits. They're a mindset. Harvard's top students aren't born geniuses. They're made through choices. And here's the best part. You don't need an Ivy League acceptance letter to start. You can do this today. Think about it. What's stopping you from trying just one of these habits right now? Maybe it's fear of failing. Maybe it's procrastination. Whatever it is, let me tell you something. Every Harvard student started somewhere. They weren't perfect on day one. They just took the first step. And so can you. All right, here's where you come in. I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of these habits are you going to try first? Focus, purpose, active recall, or building a system? Drop your answer below and tell me why, or even share your own study hack that's worked for you. Let's build a community of learners right here, right now. And if you loved this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. We're just getting started on this journey to learn from the best. I'll see you in the comments. Let's make it happen. Comment below, which habit will you try?